In today's video, I'm building a winter cabin in Bloxburg. This is one of the most requested videos I've had on the channel for a while. And also, I've always wanted to build like a woodland mansion. Not like the Minecraft one, but like the Bloxburg one. So enough lounging around in the hot tub, let's begin. On screen now is my inspiration picture for this build, guys. So it might look a little weird at first, but just bear with me. The only thing I can really compare this to is the Salvatore mansion from the Vampire Diaries.
Hello, brother.
Wow, this is a very unique shape, guys. I'm literally just rolling with the punches. The first roof I'm going to be adding in is going to be the balconies. You thought I was just going to leave this side bit looking shocking? No, honey. And I like how it looks kind of rookety and crookety, just like the woodlands really are. Here's where I'm going to take advantage of the slanted roof. And if you ever want this slanted roof to face the other way, boop, just press the R key and it will spin right round like Britney Spears. I can almost guarantee this roof isn't going to work. Nope, must have 90-degree corners. Oh, shut up, mate. But instead, we're actually going to custom build each one anyway, just to make it look a little bit more better. Yeah, that is working perfectly. Ooh la la! This is giving woodland tropical tree house. And just to really highlight where the balconies are, because I'm pretty stupid, to be honest, I will forget. We're just going to add on the fences. We have quite a few wooden plank textures. Today, I'm not actually going to be using any of them. I'm going to be using the new horizontal wood. And to make it look like lots of snow has settled on the roof, we're going to make the roofs sandy because we don't have a snow texture yet, believe it or not.
I cannot believe my eyes.
Next up is pillars. Now, you forget just how much they can actually enhance it. Clearly, we're going to need some holding up this balcony, and I'm actually making them like go into the fences. Lastly, before the windows, I just added some design onto the roofs. I highly doubt they're going to have it, but if we look up cabin, no items found. Wow. That is so sad. I guess with these factory windows, personally, look the best. And I've got to be very careful not to go overboard. I normally slap. So for once, I'm going to try and not do that. And underneath, I don't want to be predictable and add more glass doors. So I'm going to add some windows instead. But really, the most important thing is what I'm going to be doing on this back one. So if you look up winter cabin, most of the pictures have like a really cool triangular look. And if we search up triangle, do you have a triangle window? And if we just slot all of these together, kind of like tiles. Oh my God. That looks so sick. Now, just before we go into what is going to be such an incredible interior, the pathways, which is going to allow us to move around, because we're going to have a really big back garden, or backyard, as you say in America. Oh my gosh, that American accent was so bad. It is Christmas time. So we do need to be adding our reefs. And also, this is definitely the kind of house that will have like wall lanterns. So at night, it will just look so vibey. And if you were one of the people wondering where the garage is, we aren't going to have one. We are literally just going to have our like very own private car, and then that one family member who has like the red sports car. Yes. I've also just had the I've just had the spontaneous idea to maybe add some steps coming down there. Finally, I just finished it off with some bushes. And now we can go inside. Only thing I need to make sure of is that this double windowed room is 2 stories high. You know what? I think I'm just going to have this whole space as open plan, maybe with a vaulted ceiling. So I've got quite a lot to do. We'll start off with the vaulted ceiling, which if you didn't know, that is a fancy name for a slanted roof. And this also lets us know that it's hardly taking up any of the upstairs. And then the front hallway, I also want to be a balcony. So here can be like a pathetic room. I want this to be the library. It's giving me library shapes. And maybe this can be the laundry. Obviously, here we're going to have the lounge, dining, and open plan kitchen. And then the entryway. And we've got a little bit of a sticky situation over here. So upstairs, we're going to have bathroom, bedroom, bathroom. And I honestly think this is such a good layout for a winter house. So feel free to use it if you'd like. We're going to begin with this open room, which technically means we need to start with the staircase. And if you turn the roof off, isn't that so scary? It looks like a bunch of beady eyes looking at you. What I was going to say is I might just add a couple walls, not to mention the obvious roof beams, which need to be added to make it look a little bit more neat. And we're going to have the floor as a lovely mixture of wooden plank mixed with log. Ooh, I know. Fancy schmancy. And we can add these stairs and make a balcony on the other side as well. And how nice is this staircase look? Typical things you'd have in an entryway. First of all, a shoe holder. And then I can just top this with some Christmas themed items like a sneaky elf Elf on the Shelf. Where is it gonna move next? I've never looked to see if you can resize the welcome mat. Oh my god, you can make it massive. Let's have this as well. Also, of course, we can fit a large Christmas tree with some black and white paintings. And I thought up here we could go kind of Marilyn Monroe style with some black and white paintings. And I'm pretty certain that's the entryway done. And if you're wondering, up here, I just put a little area for some classical British tea and scones, because they always serve it on these weird like platters. So thought I'd add that. And now we're gonna move on to the 2-story living room. I simply couldn't resist.
I need it now.
I need it now. And I need it now.
Over here, we're gonna have to use some pretty lengthy chairs. And when I think lengthy, I think wicker. Wicker chairs are honestly the savior for big rooms. I honestly think I used to just go like this. Get in the bin. So we'll have one over in the corner, and notice how I've put the sofa here because I don't really want to block that beautiful window. And then the best part about this is we can just flip it around. The only coffee table that we're allowed to really use in here is this modern coffee table, because it's the only one which you can push a bunch together and it actually looks like a good coffee table. And like I said earlier, this is going to be more of like a Christmas cabin. You're a millionaire family who comes here every year for Christmas, so we can have it all Christmasified. Laid out on the coffee table, I'm going to put a tray which we can fill up with some milky hot chocolate. And sometimes in my builds, I always say whoever lives here, but I live here. Like, so it's on my plot. This is my house.
Who are you? I'm Pam. Who are you? I'm the owner of this house.
And if you want a good texture for your fireplace, it's not that ugly thing. It's basically using the ice blocks and making them grey. Notice how the vote for this ceiling, guys. No, notice how the vaulted ceiling really shines through. And I feel like this is definitely like an old money style house. So we're going to put some of these fancy shaped paintings on the wall. And then this part here is going to be more of the informal living room. Might not be having some more afternoon tea in here. Take it from a British person, you can never have enough scones. I truly think scones are one of the best foods. Maybe not for your health, but pace-wise. Over here is going to be the dining room. Another hugely important part of Christmas. This is where you're going to be enjoying your Christmas feast. I'm really going to be making this table like next level big, just because I'm honestly convinced there's probably about 50 members of this family. However, I cannot stand glitchiness on the top. So if you want to sort this, resize a basic cube on the top. And we'll have some fancy brown marble. And believe it or not, you can actually place table runners on top of any surface. And I always can tell if somebody's rich by their table. If you have a bunch of placemats, then to me, you are just rich.
I'm Kim Kardashian West. I'm a mother, millionaire.
We've got this far in the video. Like, I've been filming for about 2 hours and I still haven't even added one dresser yet. Normally by now I would have had a bunch of dressers laid out which we copy and paste throughout the whole build. And as you can see, this open plan space really feel like a rich mansion. And lastly in this room we have the kitchen. So I'm literally going to steam train through this. So to a certain extent the kitchen is important. It's obviously where the Christmas dinner is going to be prepared. In the middle here I'm going to do a slight building hack. Normal Bloxburg sinks just don't do it for me. When I see them I'm not too satisfied. However, when I do my very own little building hack, no, I probably didn't invent this building hack, but I invented it in my own head. So just how good does that bowl look? And then of course, we'll have an island in the middle. If you ask me, would you rather have a summer ranch or a winter getaway? To be fair, I'd probably answer, can I have both, please? If I could only have one, I'd probably actually say a winter ranch. There's just something so cozy about Christmas time. And just as I suspected, that looks so good coming off of the left here. And we need to add in the doors. So as I said, in here is going to be maybe a toilet. And we can have a door here into the library, which means we can get rid of that shelf. We can have a door into the laundry as well. Now, let's really pick up the pace, guys. I'm going to be talking so fast this whole rest of the video. No, I'm joking. But we are going to be picking up the pace. So as you can see, I've gone for quite a fancy Kris Jenner checkered floor. And the walls are going to be a nice mixture of blue tile and white wood. If I reach over to the kitchen, we can basically do a very similar unit, including with those iconic sinks. Here's one I made earlier. Now, I don't really want to waste £12,000 using a bunch of these washer and dryers.
30,000.
So for once, I'm actually going to use just the plain and simple one. And then on top either side, we'll just have one of each of the aesthetics. Why not add a fancy LED just to brighten up the spirit? Oh, that looks like a laser. Are we in Mission Impossible? I might have a couple of mirrors. I would so be the type of person to just look at myself as I'm doing laundry. Over on this other side, we're going to have rails. This is where we're going to be putting the freshly washed clothes. And I don't know if you're going to believe this, but I've actually added an island bench. We haven't got anywhere for like the laundry basket, so I thought in the middle, this could be where you place them. Next to it, we have the library. Now, this is like the most awkwardly shaped room ever, and the floor is definitely going to go wild. So this is probably going to be where the grandfather or the grandmother, whoever's like the oldest in the family, just sits there all creepily writing a letter or something. Or it could alternatively be where somebody goes to like do a little bit of work. Imagine just a grandma on this. She'd be like, what do you do, sweetheart? And we can actually make like it have an ensuite, but the ensuite's also connected there. And since there is an actual pathway here leading into sort of the back garden, I think it would be stupid if we didn't add a door. Over in this corner, simply a meeting table. And let's say the grandma's feeling a little bit wild. And why am I making a whole storyline? I don't know. But let's say they maybe get like a little board. We can actually add like a little mini bar in the office. And finally, we're going to have a library. And yes, I'm using these books. Somebody in the other video, Reese's, those books are uglier than my friend's dog. And first of all, don't be hating on your friend's dog. And second of all, I don't think they're ugly at all. Just because they're not like all smooth, I think. I'd say that is good for a library. There's only so many things you can add. Finally, this bathroom down here, we can't even call it a bathroom because it's simply not going to have a bath in it. The only thing it's going to have is a toilet because it's more of an ensuite, as I said. It's still going to be a nice ensuite. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not going to be like no musty. And you know what? I've always wanted to add like a little basin. This is technically called a toilet, but we're going to act as if it's a basin today. And that is just something that you wash your bum in. That's literally what it is. I've never used one, but maybe one day if I need to, I will. Just before we go upstairs, I've already done the hallway, etc. So literally all we have to do is a few bedrooms. I want to go onto the back garden. Now, just before we go to the back garden, let me draw your attention to my budget. I know. How have we got 86,000, you may ask? I don't know. How we've already spent 910,000. But I was planning on adding a pool that had become frosted over. But I don't know if you know this. Ice ain't cheap. You can't just go freeze it like real life. It costs you 7 grand a piece. So, just to save ourselves a little bit of money, and they actually just use the ice texture, and nobody will ever know that this is not a real ice, apart from everyone who's just watched this video. To make it a little bit more realistic, you can go in and get these shallow pools. Then we can add little ladders where those pool bits are. And it might seem crazy what I'm about to say, but I'm going to be adding sun loungers out here because you catch so much sun in a winter cabin, guys. These are going to be for those days where it's not so freezing that you actually catch hypothermia and die. Over here, we can have like a little oven area. You know how a lot of rich houses have outdoor barbecues? But as I said, you probably won't be sitting out here, so I'm not spending too much detail on that. Finally, in this section over here is where everybody can go play in the snow. And I'm not even going to say just kids because as an adult, I'm still going to be playing in the snow, building snowmans. Look how big that one is. And you know what I hate, guys? When you see an amazing snowman and then some absolute idiot knocks it over. I originally said I was going to add all trees around the outside, but look at my money if I do that. So how I think I'm going to do this, I don't want to repeat myself. We're going to do the master bedroom, master closet, and then we can just duplicate that into the other bedrooms. So it is a winter cabin. I do feel like using this bed. Maybe in the other room, we could have a log bed and a building hack, guys. Grab a comforter and place all of the pillows on this fur. And what's going to happen is Bloxburg does something a little bit weird, where when you copy and paste the comforter, as you can see, it will go straight onto any other bed. And we're going to have 2 little feature walls up here, and then the rest has got to be that wood again. Oh my gosh, this is actually giving me a headache trying to build it on this. Might put the tree this side and then a little sofa this side. Over here, we're gonna have another one of those fancy desks, and then some cutie bedside tables. Now, it's probably not the best idea to have so much candles in a wooden house, but either way, that is that bedroom done. And now we do the little closet, which normally I would probably just go in and use like the most expensive big ones. I honestly think we're gonna have to do one of those NPC closets, and it wouldn't be a true racist closet without coloring it just like a gender reveal. We've obviously got to have a mirror and then a little stool. And then, as I said, I'm just going to quickly speed build the rest of the bedroom. And with that, guys, the winter cabin is built and I am engulfed in a tree. Here we are outside of this absolutely stunning cabin.
Oh my God, you are stunning.
Honestly, this kind of shape is just absolutely giving. First things first, we have our little car park. This is where we'll be arriving in that exciting spirit. Like, we then obviously get to feast our eyes on the beautiful architecture. Just out the front here, we have a fireplace. So if we wanted to, we could roast some marshmallows. Why am I so far away? Who would roast a marshmallow behind a chair? Am I stupid? It's time to walk through the gorgeous front doors. This is the wondrous view we get as we walk through the front doors. So I actually feel like I'm in a Christmas film. Like, honey, I'm home. And then all the kids run up. But really, I'm just alone in a Roblox game. Anyways, this is honestly a beautiful entryway. I always say things are honestly beautiful beautiful. Like, look at these socks. I mean, shoes. And of course, the gigantic Christmas tree. If we go upstairs, actually, I love this picture wall. Then to the right, we have our little cream tea area. I just wanted to show this because I kind of feel like it's part of the entryway and you get an awesome view out the balcony. If we go to the left, however, this is where the kitchen is. So it's a little bright in here. Gonna turn some of these off, actually. Everything you need to cook your perfect roast dinner. For Christmas, we will have our lovely turkey. Yum, 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 yum. And we can take that from our gorgeous wooden kitchen into our gorgeous regal dining room. Since I'm head of this house, I'll probably sit at the end of this very long table. Like, Jesus! The dining room is definitely one of my favorites, but nowhere near as much as a favorite as this.
I don't think you understand. I'm obsessed.
Everything about this room is perfect. It's got just the right amount of tacky Christmas mixed with mostly elegant Christmas. This is where we'd be playing probably board games around the fire. Through here is the laundry room. We still had to have practicality, even though it is kind of a holiday home. And it also leads us nicely into the garden, which now I think about it, it's a bit weird that we have to go from the laundry room. Now, this would obviously look so much better with trees everywhere, but we've already discussed that, okay, guys? We have giant Mr. Snowman here. I have this amazing snowball machine. Like, I will actually win the snowball fight, guys. And then, of course, we have the little ice skating rink. I told you, it looks so real. And oh my gosh, I'm going so quick. You can also go out to the balcony from here, but we'll come back to that in a mo. Just before that, we have the library. So this, probably one of my least favorite rooms. First of all, I did forget the painting. But second of all, like a room this big, I probably shouldn't have made the library. But I just think it's a little bit too big. It's a little bit too open. Honestly, the best part of it is that it leads into a bathroom. I added a stool here. I don't know why. Maybe we just want to contemplate life just before we wash our bum hole. Now we get to go up the other side. So we're going to start with the bad side. The bathroom starts promising. We obviously needed a bath and shower for everyone, so I added that. However, this room is under construction. I ran out of money. So I just had to add a sleeping bag. But now let's go over to the good side. So we have 2 more rooms. So it is a 3-bedroom cabin. This is for 2 more adults or a teenager if they're lucky. We get a gorgeous view over the garden, like actually really gorgeous. And then I added a green and pink closet in here with another little stool. And then here is just a little sitting room with finally the master bedroom. Is amazing. And is that a hole? Oh my gosh, that is a hole, guys. I hope it doesn't rain or snow. We'll get absolutely hammered. It's an okay room at the end of the day, but again, the highlight isn't the room. It's this amazing balcony. Finally, the closet. This closet
is the most precious thing in my life.
I do hope all of you guys enjoyed watching me create this master build. Do subscribe to the channel if you had a fun time. Thanks to everyone who watched it, and I'll see you all next time.